This weekend, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers head to Minnesota to take on the Vikings in their first game of the preseason. And it'll mark the first live NFL game action for rookie quarterback Jameis Winston. A lot of teams like to keep things pretty basic in the preseason. They don't want to tip their hand, nor do they want to overwhelm their players. But this provides a good measuring stick to see just where Winston is at. Some things to look for. You want to see if, in fact, he's got command of the huddle. You also want to see how quickly he's able to get those play calls off. 2, is he able to make the right checks at the line of scrimmage? Is he able to stand tall in the pocket? And hopefully it's a clean pocket, but that'll be on the offensive line for that. Is he able to survey the field and make all the necessary reads? And whether it's checking down or chucking the ball downfield, is he able to make the right decisions there? And 2, a big part of learning to play in the NFL, at least at the quarterback position, is being able to take a sack when things fall apart. So those are all things to watch for. I'd mentioned protection earlier. Donovan Smith is likely going to get that start at left tackle. He's a rookie as well, a second-round pick out of Penn State. It's going to be up to him to keep Winston upright and allow him that time. And also, too, you want to pay attention to the entire offensive line because there are a lot of question marks there. It looks like Garrett Gilkey's probably going to get the start over Ali Marpet at right guard, but Gilkey's going to have a strong performance, too, because Marpet's really coming on strongly in practice, holding his own against the likes of Gerald McCoy. Speaking of Gerald McCoy, that's a guy I'm not too worried about, but you've got Tony McDaniel, a defensive tackle that just came over from the Seahawks. You've also got Henry Melton, but I'm really interested to see what the guys on the outside do, namely George Johnson, who's now going to be battling it out with these left tackles in the league. How will he fare? Also, too, Larry English and TJ Fatinikin, and of course, Jacquez Smith, a guy I've mentioned a lot. Safety is another area that I'm really interested to see how things shape up. Bradley McDougald is slated as the starter at the free safety spot with Major Wright at the strong safety spot ahead of DJ Swearinger, a guy that I really expect to see a lot out of. He's definitely a thumper in the box and an exceptionally hard hitter at that. So that should be a fun battle to watch emerge. Also, too, Kalen Clay is a guy I'm really interested to see how he fares. He had 4 returns for touchdowns coming out of Utah this past season. That includes kickoff and punt returns, and he was an All-American in that category and won just about every major award for that. So I'm curious to see if it translates to the NFL level. But the Bucs have had a revolving door there at that spot. They're really hopeful that they finally found their answer. You'll be able to see a ton of coverage from the Bucs preseason opener and continuing coverage of training camp and during the season, all on our website, sportstalkflorida.com. We'll have tons of reactions from Saturday's game up on our site. With Sports Talk Florida, I'm Jenna Lane.